Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ericson Presents Mixing Tutorials. So today, we're going to do a 2-part video series. So this is going to be part 1. The next video will be part 2. All right, so today we're going to actually put into a versus battle the VSX next to the MixChecker with Sonarworks 4. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time trying to use this VSX, and I will say that the learning curve really sucks balls, like big hairy balls. And the reason why it sucks is because it's almost like Netflix. You know how when you want to get on Netflix and you're like, dang, I want to watch something, but you can't find anything to watch because there's just way too many options. Yeah, that's the VSX. I probably should have stayed in one room the whole entire time, but I kept going from room to room, checking here, checking there, doing all kind of stuff. So, yeah, the song I mixed yesterday, it didn't come out well. I didn't like it. It sounded, the low end was tricking me. I thought that I was mixing, making the low end sound the way I felt that it should have sounded. But come to find out, I was wrong. All the way wrong. So, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to just use some of my old songs for this shootout. Yeah. So but before we do that, let's talk about pricing and let's talk about the money that you are going to probably save if, pull up a calculator, if you don't get the VSX. All right. So let's get to it. Okay. So the VSX is $480. So that's what you're spending to get those headphones, these headphones, and the emulating software. All right, so let's go a different route. So I have these pair of Sonys. I feel like these Sonys are great. They sound good. They're good for recording. They don't bleed unless you have them cranked super loud. And with the Sonarworks on it, it doesn't sound bad at all. So that's going to be $100 right there. Oops. But you hate when you had something planned out and then it didn't just work out perfectly. Okay, so let's take that $100 away. Now we're left with $380. Okay, so Sonarworks, if you decide to only get the headphone correction and you do not want the room correction, then you're only going to pay a grand total of $99 or $100. Let's just round it up. So that's what you're going to pay off of Sweetwater. So let's go ahead and take away that $100. Bam. So now you're left with $280 that you haven't spent. Okay. So now we got to check out the MixChecker Pro. And what is that going to come to? A grand total. Get out of there. Get out of there. A grand total of $130. So let's take $130 away. And we are left with $150. So what we are going to find out today is $150 worth these headphones. Let's find out. Okay, so let me pull up the session that I just dropped onto my other screen. Pull that thing back up. All right, so like I said, I'm just going to use some of my old songs just to get through it because I couldn't use the song I was mixing. That thing was sounding horrible. It was bad. It was bad. All right, so let's pull that up and put a pin on it. And then let's pull this one up and put a pin on it as well. All right, moving to the other screen. Okay, so we have the shootout, the versus battle. All right, so let's start with.
Hey little lady, I feel it's time for me to clear the air before things get shady. You've been talking a lot about how you feel you need to change, and you say these things like you think I'm unhappy. Why? Cause I'm always gone. Girl, I've just been busy furthering my career doing show after show, but now I'm home cause there's so many things I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, heaven opened up and you fell through. You're so pretty that you are my star. Girl, I like you just the way you are. Don't change. You don't have to change nothing about you. Girl, don't do it. Girl, I can't live without you. I'm here.
Okay, so that would be me just going around a couple times, getting a quick little listen. Now let's just play the MixChecker. Now remember, with the MixChecker Pro, I would normally put the Sonarworks right after. And I guess I can just do that now, just so, if I can know how to spell sonar, just for shits and giggles. I don't know why I've been saying that lately. Okay, so putting that after with the headphone emulation is how you would work this. But right now, there's no point in me doing the headphone emulation. One, I don't have those on. They are right here, but it's not really going to matter, because unless you guys have these headphones, it's not going to really do much of a difference from what the VSX is doing. But yeah, just so you know, that's how you would set that up. But this is going on YouTube, so.
Hey little lady, I feel it's time for me to clear the air before things get shady. You've been talking a lot about how you feel you need to change, and you say these things like you.
Okay, so this is like it's a hi-fi system.
Girl, I just been busy furthering my career, doing show after show, but now I'm home, cause there's so many things I gotta tell you. Heaven opened up and you fell through. You're so pretty, yes you are. You are my star.
That sounds real muffled.
Girl, I like you just the way you are. Don't change. You don't have to change nothing about you. Girl, I can't live without you. I'm here.
All right, let's try out the car.
Hey little lady, I feel it's time for me to clear the air before things get shady. You've been talking a lot about how you feel you need to change, and you say these things like you think I'm unhappy. Why? Cause I'm always going. Girl, I just been busy furthering my career, doing show after show, but now I'm home, cause there's so many things I gotta tell you. Heaven opened up and you fell through. You're so pretty, yes you are. You are my star. Girl, I like you just the way you are. Don't change.
Let's go to the studio speakers. These just, I mean, looking at that, it looks like a NS10 or CLA10. So when I look at that, that's what I'm assuming I'm getting from it. But you have all these Studio Cube, okay.
Hey little lady, I feel it's time for me to clear the air before things get shady. You've been talking a lot about how you feel you need to change, and you say these things like you think I'm unhappy. Why? Cause I'm always going. Girl, I just been busy furthering my career, doing show after show, but now I'm home, cause there's so many things I gotta tell you. Heaven opened up and you fell through. You're so pretty, yes you are. You are my star. Girl, I like you just the way you are. Don't change. You don't have to change nothing about you. Don't do it.
Let's go back to the VSX. Let's go to one of the car ones.
Hey little lady, I feel it's time for me to clear the air before things get shady. You've been talking a lot about how you feel you need to change, and you say these things like you think I'm unhappy. Why? Cause
Let me switch the songs. I like this.
song move. I just wanna see you move. Now slow it down. I don't care if you can't dance. Just get into the groove. No matter what you do, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
You can really feel the low end in that one. I was like, well, you can hear it, but you can almost tell there's low end in there.
Got that swag, then we gon' swag on out. We just keeping it moving and showing you what it's supposed to be about. We ain't playing no games, up in here getting loose. Guys is jumping on backs, ladies is in here touching their shoes. Bent over, turned up, getting ratchet, cause we don't give a fuck. She's making it clap, he's buying her drinks, so she can keep making it clap, so he can keep buying her drinks. It's an endless cycle on this dance floor, and I'ma keep doing my thing until I get lost up in trance mode. Move, I just wanna see you move.
Yeah. Let's go back and see what else I could dabble in. So we got the TV.
Song, move, I just wanna see you move. slow it down. I don't care if you can't dance. I just wanna see it move. I just wanna see it move. Got that swag, then we gon' swag on out. We just keeping it moving and showing you what it's supposed to be about. We ain't playing no games up in here.
Okay, so for now, I don't hear any audio right now. I'm so done with this software. I've been working all day, so I'm gonna restart and then I'm gonna come back and try to finish the video. Okay, so let's keep going.
I just wanna see it move. I just wanna see it move. Got that swag. Then we
So I mean, there's a bunch of different. Okay, these are headphones. Car.
I just wanna see it move. I just wanna see it move.
All right. Let's see. Default mastering. Current buttons. That's fine. Those are the same things I had in there. Home devices. Okay, and on the go. Okay, so emulating solid low end. Okay, so these are all like my low end checking ones. Okay, so anyhow, hold on. Let's try the other ones. I do have some other ones in there.
She's my main thing, so official with it. She goes hard but sexy tones when I get it. She's always been tight to sex me like a groupie, then treat me like a white treat her man.
PA disco stage? Okay, that's definitely not a PA disco stage.
Cause she got hands, man. I know I got a good girl, sexy ass woman, business mine is still a hood girl. Soon as she step.
I mean, there's only right to compare that to the club.
She's my main thing, so official with it. She goes hard but sexy tones when I get it. She's always been a type to sex me like a groupie, then treat me like a white treat her man. She can do freaky things on a handstand, never imitated by other chicks cause she got hands, man. I know I got a good girl, sexy ass woman, business mine is still a hood girl. Soon as she step up on the scene, I feels hella good cause she's representing me. So groupies don't try it, cause you don't want my girl to come and start a riot. You dig? Yep, I got a down chick, expensive taste, a cruise around the town chick. Yeah, she's down to earth. Every single day she gives me what I'm worth. So I treat her like my queen. She came from off the bench to the star of my team. She's got my back, double checks my numbers. Foul mouth, sweet around my mama.
Okay, so what I do like about this MixChecker is
I'm doing good and she thinks that I should wife her.
What I do like about the MixChecker is that you can use the MixChecker with your monitors in the room. You don't have to use them just with headphones. So I do like that about the MixChecker. But once again, I would put it before my Sonarworks. There's another feature. I'm trying to remember how to. Okay, so another feature is noise type. So let's see. I believe. Oh. So what I like about the noise type is you can actually put noise in and then kind of listen to what it would sound like with noise in the background. Like if it says subway. So like if you had them in your head, the headphones in your head, and then you were,
Should wife her. My baby arrived for her man. fighting for her man. Y'all just don't understand. No. She rides for me.
I don't honestly know why I would ever want that, but I mean, it's there. That's what I should have been doing the whole time, pressing that button off. She's like, hell no. I just sit and watch what y'all need to do is sit and relax before she reach back. So anyhow, the MixChecker, there you have it. I tried to just get enough settings in there for you to kind of feel or hear the difference between the two. I kind of stayed away from the studio emulations because this does not do that. So right there, you got to know that you're not going to get the rooms with this. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What would you do? If it were up to me and I only had limited amounts of funds, then I definitely would go the MixChecker Pro route and get the headphones and the Sonarworks. That's just if I was limited on funds. But if you do have an extra $150 to spend, those other environments, they do sound a little more realistic just in these headphones. I do know that if you're watching it, you probably don't get the full. I mean, well, you kind of can hear what the emulation is doing, but it's different when you actually have the headphones. It is different. It's not exactly the same how you guys are hearing it. It is different. So, I mean, those are things to take into considerations when you're thinking about purchasing this. Like, you don't really know exactly what it's going to sound like just yet. So anyhow, there that is. That's the VSX versus the MixChecker Pro. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. There's no point in me telling you guys to subscribe because either y'all gonna subscribe or y'all not. So just leave it. At least can you just at least do a thumbs up? If this is something that you don't like and you want a thumbs down the video, by all means, go ahead and thumbs down. But if you're gonna thumbs down, can you at least say what you didn't like? I mean, it helps. So anyways, I guess I will catch you guys in the next part. All right, peace. That was hella late.